Is it just me, or does anyone else think that the Wii U had some of the best disc arts ever made? Look, despite the Wii U being an abysmal failure at pretty much everything it was trying to do, I think one of the things it got really right were the pieces of art on its game's discs. And because of this, I thought it would be fun to look at a majority of these things and just kind of gush over them for a few minutes. Now, a majority of the disc art for this console feature new pieces of artwork and layouts that were built in mind to be disc art, which I really love. I love the disc art for 3D World, and even though it's a little lame that the main render on here is just a generic 3D World render that was tweaked ever so slightly, I think it all came together to look really good. However, for a little fun fact, if you don't know, this disc art is actually supposed to be referencing the cartridge art from 3D Land, you know, since these games are somewhat sequels to one another, and I just think that's really cool. I also really like the disc art for New Super Mario Bros. U and New Super Luigi's U, and despite these games being the absolute epitome of boring Mario games, I really like their disc arts. However, during the Wii U era is when Nintendo started to go really hard with unique styles for their games, and these styles were also represented in their disc arts. The two best examples of this are the disc arts for Kirby and the Rainbow Curse and Yoshi's Woolly World. Both of these are so great, and I love how just by glancing at these disc arts, you can tell the primary art style that each of these games were going for. Paper Mario Color Splash also kind of fits this category, and even though the disc art is basically just the main box art slapped on a disc, I still think it looks super nice. So yeah, despite the many things that the Wii U did wrong, I think the one thing it did super good were its disc arts.